Let's play a game. I'm going to put up 4 images on screen. 3 of them are AI, and 1 of them is real. If you are able to correctly spot the real image, you win. Ready? Here they are. Look carefully. Some of the details in the background of that one are definitely a little too sharp. But it doesn't have the glossiness of the usual AI-generated photos. What about that one? I don't know. Looks like it could have just been taken on an old camera. But they all look like AI. Why can't I tell? Make your selection. 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Here's the real image, and the others were generated by AI. Didn't do as well as you'd hoped? Alright, let's play one more round. Here are 2 images. Only 2 this time. One is AI, the other is not. Try to figure it out. And this was the real image. Be honest, did you actually get these right? If you did, congratulations. But did you actually know? Did you just make an educated guess? Did you just get lucky? If you weren't able to discern reality from artificial, it's quite possible that you're not alone. In a study published this year in the British Journal of Psychology, the average person could only detect the AI face 50.7% of the time. Not much better than pure chance. We are getting to the point where generative artificial intelligence is so good that even we can't tell the difference between what's real and what's fake. And in just a couple of years, well, we might not be able to trust anything we see or hear. And if we can't trust our very own senses, if AI can create and bend reality and do all of this other fancy, amazing stuff, like do your taxes and deploy a mobile app and direct an entire film, well, where does that leave us? In a world where AI will seemingly do anything and everything, what does that even mean for humanity? What happens to our creativity, our critical thinking, our empathy, our livelihoods, and our very state of being? Let's start with a question. Why do we use AI? I've lived science as a subject in general ever since the 3rd grade, when I learned about the food chain, states of matter, and igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary rocks. I also loved to think about space exploration and how much of the world we actually didn't know about. With each passing year, science was undoubtedly my best subject, my favorite one. It was always so interesting to learn about how something worked, and it made the world easier to navigate. If we think about technological advancements in recent years, a lot of them have to do with surpassing limitations and improving the quality of our lives. For example, take the iPhone. First, we started with all kinds of scientific discoveries about glass and electricity, and we created computers. Then someone was ambitious enough to put a computer in a glass box that fits in your pocket. And now that glass box can freeze time, find the nearest caloric health concern, and show you live what's happening on a football field miles away from you. It's easy to do these things. AI is pretty much no different. Since the 1950s, yes, 1950s, it's actually that old, we've been obsessed with the idea of thinking machines. Could we create something on the same level of intelligence, or even smarter, than humans? An electronic brain of sorts. Something that could run through millions of data points at once, without fatigue, making significant time savings in any industry like healthcare, psychology, and retail. And what do you know? We did. Though we might be ways away from something that can operate without the guiding hands of humans, we're well on our way to perfecting this electronic brain. It's amazing what we're already doing for humanity with AI. Mount Sinai has used machine learning algorithms to predict the development of diseases with 94% accuracy. This technology is also powering 30 models by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change to assist in learning more about how to save our planet. It's being used to sort through hundreds of hours of audio to tackle wildlife conservation. Wipe our hands, dust our pants, we've answered our curiosities and created something good for the world out of it.
Stark warning about artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence
of Hollywood and human beings with AI right here.
AI just crossed a line.
AI, students just use it to directly cheat.
Fully autonomous weapons.
The way that we build AI today, we don't actually understand how it works.
Wipe out humans.
They reduce brain activity and critical cognitive functions.
AI is really good at creating visuals now.
When the atomic bomb was created and used for the first time on Japan during World War II, a poll taken in August 1945 found that 85% of Americans supported the bombings. And you can see why. It was easy. This new technological advancement improved the quality of life of Americans. It was one of the biggest factors in ending the war, and who wouldn't want to end a war? Yet, a decade later, that percentage dropped to 53%. Today, most Americans, around 69%, say that the development of nuclear weapons has made the world less safe. While AI isn't an atomic bomb, these similarities are there. Right now, 73% of Americans would be willing to let AI assist them at least a little with day-to-day activities. It makes things easier. It answers our questions. Those are good things. Unfortunately, AI isn't just doing your taxes or your laundry. It's also learning to create a digital copy of your face that people can use to conduct malicious criminal activity like identity theft. It's working to replace you. Employers around the world are laying off employees and replacing them with half-baked AI agents. Now you are less valuable than the data you produce to train these AI models. And let's not forget that AI is now being accused of stripping away our very humanity. When I think of humans, one of the words I think of is creativity. We have such an amazing power to create art and literature. Yet, now your favorite movie scenes and music artists' songs can be replicated with AI. In fact, AI can create its own viral social media content and fool millions of people. Beyond just creativity, I'm thinking back to earlier in this video when I talked about how much I used to enjoy simply learning about science. Now, the College Board found that the percentage of high school students that reported using generative AI for schoolwork increased from an already high 79% to 84% in early 2025. And when everyone in your classes is churning out near perfect work in rapid succession, you're going to fall behind. Behind enough to feel pressured to join in on the madness. You know, I could have just handed off this whole project to my favorite AI model and just asked it to draft me a video essay. Offload all of my creativity and hard work ethic to a robot while I go watch Netflix. So what's the point? Is AI just inherently bad, like atomic bombs? Do we need to halt all research on artificial intelligence? Should we just never touch science again? The answer to that question lies in the story of Icarus. Son of Daedalus, Icarus was given wings made of wax and feathers to fly out of prison. Daedalus warned his son, "Fly a middle course, for too low would cause mist to dampen the wings, and too high would melt the wax." Overcome by the thrill of flight, Icarus soared too high, melting his wings and causing an untimely death into the sea below. The popular takeaway from this story is a cautionary one. It's a tale of hubris. Icarus's overconfidence got the better of him, and he flew too high for his own good. It's where we get the phrase, "Don't fly too close to the sun," because you might just crash and burn. With any kind of technological advancement, we've started out optimistic about how it could be used for the greater good. After all that's on the mind of the scientists. Create something unheard of, and explore and discover something that will change humanity forever for the better. But as time passes, sometimes we get ahead of ourselves. We start to create things that we cannot control and have no power over whether or not it gets used in a good or bad way. We become complacent and too confident that we can control it. We forget to step back and reflect on our progress. We lose sight of our original visions. We move too quickly. But we tend to forget the other half of Daedalus's warning: don't fly too low. Icarus would have still fallen to his demise if he strayed too far on the other side of the sky, by sticking too close to the sea. Let's not forget that technological advancements stem from curiosity and a desire to make life for all of humanity better. We can't completely abandon all research because we're too scared to make progress. Little old third-grade me would never have found science so intriguing if all scientists ever did was stay close to the ground. No ambitions and no risks. In a sense, playing it too safely is also not what we want. We don't want to avoid the sun completely such that we start to drown. And we definitely do not want to stay inside the prison, never even having made the wings in the first place. Maybe technological advancements like AI are the story of Icarus. We can create, but we have to learn to harness its power, to build and control, to develop and maintain. Ambition isn't deadly. After all, what other word than ambition could you use to describe making a set of wings from wax and feathers? Ambition isn't deadly. Overconfidence is. We're already starting to make some good progress on this idea of flying a middle course. In 2021, UNESCO produced the first ever global standard on AI ethics. In 2024, the world's first comprehensive regulation on AI was released, called the EU AI Act. In the United States, more and more states have introduced AI-related legislation over the last few years. New York enacted a law that prohibits AI systems from resulting in displacement or loss of a position. Arkansas enacted a law that specifies that generated content shouldn't infringe on existing copyright or intellectual property rights. So here's where we're at. Some interpret Icarus's story as one of hope. Maybe Icarus loved the sun. Maybe his fall was worth the brief, intense experience of freedom and human flight. Some storytellers have added the line, Icarus laughed as he fell. Fly too high and we might just die. Fly too low and we still might just die. Fly in the middle and maybe we'll be just close enough to laugh. The real question I have for you to decide is, where is the middle?